Rock the VMDR. And we have our CEO is also here, flying squad, so I'm nervous now. He comes like every time, like he says, no, I'm not coming, and then he comes. So like, we call him as a flying squad. All right. Okay. So, first of all, thank you so much for using VMDR, trusting us for a long time to do your risk management program. I'm going to talk about today on how we can take your risk management program to the next level. Okay? Since morning, you have been hearing about ROC, Risk Operation Center. So we'll quickly recap the concept, and then we will walk you through when you add ETM on top of your VMDR, how your risk management program gets turbocharged. Very simple. And then Madhuri will show you the demo. So let's quickly recap the definition. Very simple. What do we do in the ROC? We get your security posture assessment data, which is vulnerabilities, misconfiguration, identities from Qualys product plus non-Qualys products such as your CrowdStrike, Palo Alto Firewall, Wiz, etc. Then we apply best-in-class threat intel powered by our own threat research unit team plus 25 threat intel sources that we have integrated. Then we add a business context. Then what do you get? Everybody does AI, so we do. We apply the AI and we do normalize, parse, and give you the insights so that now you can fix the threat exposure. You can get ready for your compliance. And you can quantify your cyber risk in the language that your board, your CISO wants to speak. Very simple. Right? Nitin, right? Very simple? Okay. But the question is, why do you need a ROC? Because you already have a SOC. But as Sumedh explained, SOC is all about post-breach. ROC is all about pre-boom, before something happens. So today, for a risk management, you got a different tools. Each tool's producing more than 10 alerts. So now you got a top 100. Right? And you have a very siloed view across your vulnerabilities, misconfiguration, across your cloud, on-prem. You want to consolidate this into the one unified platform. That's where you need a ROC. Very simple. That's where we have a product called ETM, Enterprise Storage Management. What does it do? It aggregates, normalizes your vulnerabilities, your misconfiguration, apply the threat intel, business context, and help you in effectively measuring, communicating, and eliminating your risk. Very simple. But before we do that, you need to know, as a part of your risk management program, you need to know all of your assets, all of your attack surface, so then you can defend them. How do we do it? This is my favorite slide of the FY25, which is built by Rachna. If she's around, meet her, but this is one of the best slides. Okay? So, you are using VMDR. What are you getting it? You are doing the vulnerability assessment for all of your known assets, your server, laptop, desktop, infrastructure. Now, 35% of you have deployed our cybersecurity asset management. So now your visibility further increases. You get a visibility into your internal, external, cloud, on-prem, OT, IoT, and everything. Fantastic. So that is VMDR plus CTEM. Now you add ETM on top of this. We give you the full attack surface visibility with your application, your code repository, all of your non-IP address-based assets, everything, your identity and everything. So you get a full attack surface visibility. That's what you need. When you want to build a ROC, you need a full attack surface visibility that includes everything. So see here, you have a VMDR, you get only known. Then you add a CSAM and EASM, you get unknown assets, internet-facing assets. And when you add ETM on top of it, you get an entire attack surface, including your code repository, application, API, you name it, you get it. Now, what do? You need a context. Very simple. Look at the slides and animation. Rachana is here. Great job by Rachana for creating the wonderful slide. So you need a context. What kind of context? You want to know who owns the assets. What is the business criticality? What's the financial impact of this asset if it gets breached? Is it running in a production? Is it running in a development environment? Is it simply sitting in your lab? You need to know the context. All of that helps you in prioritizing what to fix. Now, with all of the context, in some organization, we see that when they look at the risk management, they still have a siloed approach. For the infrastructure, compute and all, they do the risk management separately. There is a cloud team, right, and they are doing for clouds and containers. And then there is application team, which is doing for a code, applications, and your SBOMs and whatnot. But with our ETM, now you get a unified view of your application, which is made up of a different component, infrastructure, application, code, and cloud where it is deployed. So now you know that whether you should be prioritizing your banking application or your conference room booking system. This is based on the business applications and the financial loss. So this is how the ETM is going to turbocharge your unified risk management and prioritization. This is also very interesting and beautiful slide. So you see with the VMDR, you are prioritizing your risk based on the CVSS score and CISA-CAV and exploitability and other factors. And then with the enriched threat intel from our own TRU plus 25 different sources. Now when you add it, and then you have a CSAM, then CSAM is bringing end of life, end of service, asset criticality, and other business context. So together, as you apply those on the assets and applications, as you can see, the risk is standing up, and you see the risk score as a 860. Now when you add ETM on top of this, it is a journey, right? You have a VMDR, you CSAM, and now you add ETM on top of this. So then what happens? We tell you your peer benchmarking. We tell you the threat intel, what's happening across the geo. And some of you may have applied the compensating control in your environment, right? You may have a firewall control, EPP, EDR control. So like Munir sir, you were talking about that, hey, how do you accept the risk? Now when you look at this compensating control, you know that there is a compensating control applied, so you are okay, you are accepting the risk. So now when you apply this compensating control, your real risk is 680. This is how the true risk score has been calculated using the real world data, using the compensating control with the risk that you are accepting. Finally, you have to remediate the risk. You have to close the loop. How do we do it? With a remediation buffet. Now, when it comes to the reducing the risk, there is no one size fit all. You may want to take all of the findings into ServiceNow CMDB, or you may want to basically use our True Risk Eliminate to deploy the patch, apply the mitigation, isolate the machine, or you want to create a ticketing system, you want to create a ticket, you want to send the alert to your SIM system. All of those options and the risk acceptance. All of those options are available as a part of our True Risk Eliminate that Lavish just spoke before me. Okay, so start your journey for the ROC today. You are at VMDR, and 35% of you have a CSAM, known plus unknown, and now add ETM on top of it. You got a full attack surface. Your risk scoring is further turbocharged with the additional attributes, additional context, and you get a full application level visibility to prioritize the risk that matters to you, right? So with that said, I'm going to invite Madhuri. Madhuri is a principal SME. She just joined us 2 months back, and within 2 months, she's on the stage to do a presentation. So look at this. Qualys is a place of innovation and equal opportunity. So she's here. She's here for just 2 months, right, Madhuri? Okay, so you're ready for the demo? Can you please switch to the demo screen? Let's reset. Working.
So, hello everyone. Good evening, I'm Madhuri Chandrasekhar, Principal Subject Matter Expert. So today I'll be walking you through the ETM demo, so you'll get to see how we are stitching all the stories together. So let's get started. So with our ETM, now you get to see all your assets in one place. When I say all your assets in one place, You get to see all your compute, your containers, your applications. It can be your code base, it can be your identity data, OT, IoT, everything in one place in a consolidated way. Because it is always important to know what you own in your environment in order to safeguard them. Also, every business organization operates through different business entities. So, you know it's finance, it can be sales, etc. So, this view you are seeing here, most of you can resonate with this, right? So, this gives you a better understanding of your true risk versus your risk appetite and also associated financial impact, which matters for most of us here. Right now, let us look into one such entity called Acme Capital. So, with Acme Capital, this dashboard view gives you a detailed understanding of your true risk trends and also the contributing factors for your true risk. Importantly, the associated business applications. So, one such business application is banking service. Now, let us furthermore deep dive into this and see what we have on the table for us. So, with this we are also getting to see what is our critical vulnerabilities, what is our critical assets, how many of them are internet exposed. So, these informations are really important for us, and importantly we are getting to see all the components associated with this business applications in one place. With ETM, now you get to view all the layers together so that you can understand your risk holistically, right. So, all these ways we were measuring our risk in a siloed way. Now, it is like in one place. Can you please? So, also we will be giving the listing of your vulnerabilities. It can be a host findings which is coming from VMDR, or it can be a cloud findings, it can be your misconfigurations, or it can even be your EOL, EOS data. So, with this you will get to view all your vulnerabilities in one place rather than toggling between 5 different tools to understand your risk, to take necessary actions, right. Also importantly, what happened so far is that we were navigating through the console manually to understand your risk. But most of the time what security teams look for is that they need these information in a quicker way as possible, and that is where our cyber risk assistance will come into picture. This gives you a detailed information of your critical vulnerabilities based on a query, right. You can query it and it gives you the details. It can also help you in creating dashboards for you. Like for example, we are creating a dashboard for Acme entity here. This gives your arrival rate, burn down rate, mean time taken to remediate, which is a critical SLA for most of the organization in today's day. Also, let us look into a deep dive view into true risk scoring. So far you have been seeing this martini glass. So, by now you know, by bringing in different context, how our high risk information changes. In step 3, we are bringing in the context of TrueLens. When I say TrueLens, you have been hearing about TrueLens since morning. We are bringing in the industry specific threats into consideration. Also, we are bringing in the compensating controls into consideration to calibrate your true risk, right. So, we know what is actually matters to us with this particular martini glass view. We know the risk, what next. So, we have to take the necessary actions, right. So, if you are already integrated with our true risk eliminate, you can also trigger your actions from here. For example, you can see you can patch, you can mitigate, you can accept the risk. So, importantly, one size does not fit all. So, remember you have to take necessary decision based on the risk scenario, and that is always important, right. Also, our agentic AIs are here in the marketplace. You can rent them, you can hire them. Just ensure we are just giving you a platform to expand your digital workforce. So, we have wide variety of agents available here. Importantly, I will be talking about agent Sarah, who is known for his patch management activity, where most of us struggle because people tell we do not have bandwidth to patch, we do not have manpower to patch, right. So, agent Sarah is known for his patching activity. With agent Sarah, what you can do is you can customize or delegate the necessary tasks. And how agent Sarah works? Agent Sarah works in a collaborative way. When I say collaborative way, it talks to you, it takes guidance from you, and it also helps you make decision. So, one thing you have to note here, importantly, we are not taking the humans out of the loop, rather we are just giving you additional hands to improve your productivity, to address your risk in a quicker way. Also, Agent Sara is capable of giving you a summarized view of your Patch Tuesday findings. How much is your critical findings? How much your unique findings, and what is the true risk associated with this? So, post-patching, also Agent Sara can give you a detailed understanding of your true risk scoring, how you have come down in the true risk findings, what is the patch coverage. So, getting the patch coverage detail is very, very difficult in these days. So, you can get all this information in one place. So, in just few minutes, I have taken you from the manual mode of navigating through your consoles into an intelligent automation. This is all just to empower you with the high risk information so that you can take your necessary business decision as quick as possible. And that is the power of our ATM platform. With VMDR as a solid foundation, you can quickly move into the ATM. Thank you.